locally grown butter lettuce.
Butter lettuce party!
Well, hey, good evening. Welcome back to my little gardening show. It's been several weeks since we've made a video because there hasn't really been anything significant gardening-wise to talk about. I've been doing other things, basically catching up on home improvement projects. Redid a staircase, redid the backyard, a bunch of stuff that I don't know, is a challenge. So anyway, we are headed out to the garden tonight to pick some Buttercrunch lettuce and the remainder of the tomatoes. We'll kind of see how that goes. You guys ready to go?
Yes.
All right, let's head out. All right, so we're at the garden. Let's go see what's going on down there. What are you guys doing? Well, it's going to be a little bit of a weed patch. I confess, gardening has not been the top priority the last month or two, really. Well, we got the main tomato harvest and all of that, but pretty much everything's been left to go. Dad's been maintaining. Speak of the devil. Well, there's Dad. What you got there?
Tomatoes I picked out of the road this morning. And the upper portion I haven't picked.
Okay, this is a nice one. It's duster. Good.
And chips.
Yeah, wow, look at the lettuce. There's a tomato patch. It's starting to get dark, so it's I don't know if the camera's going to pick up a whole lot, but here's our rows of Buttercrunch, and Dad's been picking on this. It's pretty good lettuce. Is it bitter yet?
Yes.
Huh? Is the lettuce bitter yet, or is it still? Okay, good.
I just fixed up some.
My sister's sunflowers are still going strong. Oh, you got some peppers. This is Corno de Toro. It's actually overripe.
Yeah.
We got some bell peppers. King in the north.
What destroyed those?
This one was almost over.
Yeah.
This one looked like a tomato.
Yeah. Well, you guys ready to pick some lettuce?
No.
Yeah. Come on, kids. Let's pick some lettuce. Hey, if you're gonna rip it off the leaves, don't rip it all the way down to the crown. Like, rip off maybe 2 or 3 inches. Can you do that, bud?
It doesn't taste quite bitter.
Is that lettuce bitter, child? Here, let me try it. Because it looks good. It doesn't look bitter. All right, let's see if this lettuce is bitter. It looks good. Again, the telltale sign is if it's milky, like at that tear. Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah, we'll get some. I'll get a picture there. But the telltale sign is if it's milky there in the tear, then it's going to be bitter. This is not milky yet, so let's try it out.
Put some salad dressing on it, it's gonna be good.
I mean, it's just slightly bitter. I mean, not really. It's not sweet.
Yeah, I'll get on it and pick a bunch of it.
It tastes like lettuce. It's just got a little bitter tinge, and part of that's because it's been really hot. Especially last week, it was like in the 90s.
It's like a
And when
zesty, like
when things get really hot, when the weather gets really hot, the lettuce tends to bolt, and it will get it can get bitter.
if you take a
That's not bad. I mean, it's edible.
dandelion and you take off all the green ones, like
It's not as good as what you would find in the early spring or in the cooler temps, like in the later fall when it's cooler and all that. And part of that's when it's cooler, the starches in the vegetables convert to sugars because it's cooler, and that's kind of nature's way to, like, nature's antifreeze is sugar. So the sugar content in the vegetables is higher in the cooler temperatures. Anyway, not bad. We should definitely pick some out. Child, what'd you find?
it's a nice
Oh,
chocolate.
that is like picture perfect. That's a sweet chocolate pepper.
And then I found this one. It was
That's not quite ripe
probably
yet,
green,
but oh well.
it started getting wrinkly on this side, so.
Well, let's get you a pair of scissors or something. Let's start picking lettuce.
Yeah, we
We need to pick before it gets dark.
Yeah.
Can you do that?
Yes.
I'll see how they...
Hey, Samuel! Come help pick lettuce.
I'll see if I can get some scissors.
All right. Well, while we're looking at doing that, we do have another round of green beans. Again, this is, I think it's called Commodore. The bugs, the bean beetles have been in the patch a little bit. There's some holes in the foliage and stuff like that. But tons of blossoms. There's blossoms all over the place. So we're going to have a pretty good haul of green beans here later this fall. Probably by October. You know, because we're kind of in on the mid to late September here. They're still probably a few weeks away from really coming in. So we should have a pretty good harvest there at the beginning of October, first 2 weeks of October, right before the frost. So that'll be good. My overall pretty good year in the garden, considering neglected it the last month and a half. I don't know, there's just a lot of things, you know, everybody's busy. There's other priorities that come into play. You know, one of them, again, I referenced the home improvements. We're trying to get some things squared away at the house that we're currently at, you know, that we've been renting the last couple of years. And trying to get things in order before the weather turns bad. And so I've been spending a lot of time there. I've been spending a lot of time with people, just different commitments, maintaining those relationships. And so consequently, between that and then the grass mowing, we got a couple of little grass mowing jobs and stuff. It's been difficult to get out here and just kind of maintain it how normally I would if, let's say, we lived on site or whatever. So anyway, we're just doing the best we can with it. Still have a few things that we're going to be harvesting before this fall. And then we're going to be transitioning into kind of preparing the garden for winter. You know, for the load of leaves that will be brought in, you know, and kind of figuring things out. You know, what we want to do in preparation for next spring, you know, when we do the majority of our planting and all that good stuff. So anyway, we're going to get some lettuce picked here and then see what we can get. All right, so we've been out here for about an hour. It's it's a little after 8. We got 2 full bags of lettuce. We got 2 trash bags of tomatoes in addition to that half 5-gallon bucket that Dad gave us. So plenty of garden goodies. You know, I wonder if he knows that the yard barn's open. You want to go down there and shut that?
Okay.
Or maybe tell him, just knock on the door and tell him his yard barn's open. There is a patch that's cleared out. We're probably going to do another round of lettuce. Lettuce in this patch, it's kind of in its prime. It's just a little bitter because of the heat. And we got maybe one more good picking out of that patch, and then I think we're going to start another patch of lettuce because it'll be up probably within a couple weeks. So we'll be able to harvest that, because we usually don't get our leaves till November time frame. I think the city starts, or the county starts picking up leaves in October, so usually around November we get our leaves, so we'll get time to grow a few more things before the garden is shut down for the season. So you guys ready to head home? Here comes Sis. Alright, I guess that's it for now. Until next time, happy gardening. Bye.